Well, hello and welcome to another episode here on the CTC channel. My name is Krendl. I'm an international award-winning illusionist, creator, and inspirationalist, and excited to be sharing with you a little bit of my time off in between shows. Now that we're in the post-COVID world, or it's slowly coming into the post-COVID world, work is coming back in the entertainment industry, which I can't tell you how thankful I am. But I went from 0 mile per hour to 100 mile per hour, extremely fast. Completing now just 72 shows in 18 days. It's 4 shows a day, 4 30-minute shows every single day for 18 days. I'm here at First Landing State Park. It's located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Today we're going to be talking all about Shinrin-Yoku, which is a Japanese term for forest bathing, and the power that it can bring to us. I can't tell you how empowering and uplifting something like this is. And I'm hoping to encourage you to do the same. First, understand that in the title and meaning of Shinrin-Yoku, that forest bathing is meant to push the fundamental principle of being fully immersed and allowing the experience of being in the forest to wash over you. As long as you approach this concept with that mindset, you will find your own personal way of enjoying this practice. Of course, in and of itself, it seems and is actually very simple, but still taking the time to do it is what matters. There are immediate and dramatic effects that are scientifically proven to make you feel better and healthier. Your blood pressure drops, stress and anxiety levels drop, mental clarity and concentration improve. Even the specialized cells that the body produces to reduce and combat cancer can increase. So here are some of my basic guidelines and tips to ensure the fact that you're able to immerse yourself into the forest, or in essence, practice Shinrin-Yoku. 1, shut off all devices. I mean, actually, you should leave them, but I do understand and appreciate the fact that if you get lost, maybe a phone would be good. But with that said, shutting off all devices and or leaving them is important. You're not there to take photos of things. Put no headphones in your ears. You don't want distractions. You need to be stripped of all of that in order to immerse yourself into the situation. Tip number 2, try and be present with the environment. And how you do this is by focusing on your basic senses: sight, touch, smell, sound. Allowing these senses to bathe in the environment. When you do this, the mind chatter in your head of all your problems and stresses, they start quieting themselves because you are in the environment and you're focusing on other things. It will push these negative components away. Number 3, take time to stop and sit. You're not just walking through the forest to get from point A to point B. In fact, if you are focused on that, it takes away from the idea of what you're trying to accomplish with Shinrin-Yoku. So take time throughout your journey to just stop and sit whenever the moment calls you. And you can meditate during this time, be still, put your focus on noticing the environment while you are just sitting there. These are all ways to absorb the idea of stopping. Number 4, take time to spend watching anything. And what I mean by that is animals. If you find little critters or insects or birds, whatever the case may be, observe them for a little bit. Take time to stop and just watch them do their thing, even if they're sitting and being still. And if you can't find any wildlife on your journey, then at least watch the leaves dance. Pay attention to the branches, something where it allows you again to focus in on the environment. Tip number 5, wander, in the sense of letting your body feel where it is being pulled and go into that direction. While the objective is not to get lost in the wilderness, it doesn't mean that you can't veer from the path from time to time to explore. The next tip number 6, is for if you are travel with someone. So if you are going to do this with another person or a group, make sure talking doesn't happen, or at the very least, keep it to a minimum. Have all your conversations before and after the experience, but not during. You know, as I hear the wind blow through the trees, it reminds me of the element of letting go. You're able to watch the trees interact with the wind. You're able to see them bend and move, allowing the energy to come through and pass by. And yet the trees continue to grow. They never break. They continue just to bend and flow with what life is thrown at them. I think that's my favorite imagery when I come to a place like this to do forest bathing, is to really take in the trees, listening to the wind, and watching it moves. It calms me. It gives me a source of energy. It reminds me that all my problems really aren't problems. And that the more I build up anxiety and stress, the more I try to hold something and try to control it, the worse it becomes on me. I think that's a lesson that we can all learn a lot from, and the power of letting go. Well, guys, that's my time for this episode. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you take some action on this. And the action, of course, is go and do some forest bathing. Go and practice Shinrin-Yoku at least once, just to see if you like it, if you've never done it before. If you're not able to remember the last time that you were in the wilderness, just sitting and observing and trying to just be a part of nature, you are severely missing out on this practice and what this can do for your life. So please take the time to do it. And also, of course, as always, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next week.